Okay, so I'm Grasswalker. Hello and welcome back to the Dota 2 Bot Masters 2022. On the Radiant side, we have Sirius AI, and on the Dire side, we have FuriousPuppy Bot Experiment. This is an interesting game because Sirius AI is on the verge of taking the win, where they will face off against Beginner AI in the upper bracket. If Bot Experiment, credit FuriousPuppy, does lose this game, they'll be facing off against ranked matchmaking in the lower bracket. Might be a best of one, it might be best of three. The jury's still out on what's going on in the lower bracket. It's a dangerous place to be. My bet is it's probably going to end up being best of ones. Let's see what heroes get picked up. We've got the winner of Group D, Sirius on the Radiant side at the top of the screen, and FuriousPuppy, the winner of Group E, on the Dire side on the bottom screen. And sure enough, similar to the first game, Puppy picks up their heroes first. We've got Tiny Sven, Lion, Otto, and Brewmaster.
Drow Ranger.
And then spicily, Sirius AI, they just beat a Zeus, and now they pick up that Zeus. And then I think we're looking at the second Queen of Pain of the entire tournament. And I think this is the second or third Drow Ranger of the entire tournament. We've not seen these heroes picked up very much, if at all. I mean, Brewmaster also, I think, has been picked twice. These are some unusual heroes compared to the previous game, where we saw very stable standard heroes, Dragon Knight, Shadow Fiend, Arc Warden. Yeah, heroes that have been picked up a lot in the tournament so far. Top lane, we've got a farming Sven. We've seen Svens do some brutal work this tournament so far. We've got a mid Tiny. Can't be displeased about that. And smoked up on the bottom lane, we've got Kotl, Lion, and Brewmaster. They want to make this very typical FuriousPuppy move, where they make three heroes, sweep down, sort of head towards the enemy small camp, see if they can find an out of position hero, but very wise to the pre-game movements. We can see Sirius AI is just hiding under their towers. Queen of Pain Disruptor hugging here too. This means we've got a safe lane Quap.
30 seconds to battle.
I think that's pretty cool. A safe lane Quap. This is an interesting one. I mean, I like to see heroes that I like played in roles that you don't usually see them. The Zeus is mid, as to be expected. He will benefit a lot from this Observer Ward. He's got an offlane Drow. I don't like the offlane Drow, but maybe Sirius is seeing something that I'm not.
Begins.
Maybe they're like, listen, Kotl Sven is a weak lane. I don't think it is, but maybe they think that. Oh, bumps into the Lion and immediately can start getting aggressive. Between the slows of the Disruptor, the right click, the slows of this, we've got First Blood. The safe lane proving to be very strong. Disruptor, he can get an early wand out because of that. Keep an eye on mid. These two players had a great matchup mid last time they played. It's such a Chad move to play against somebody Zeus, clearly beat them in lane, kill them 3 times in the laning stage, and then go, now I'm going to show you how to play Zeus. And I can't say that he's not winning this lane early. 2-2 to the 0-0. Sirius AI's mid laner just has Puppy's mid laner in a bag. Like, they just know exactly how to get in their head. They know how to beat them. And this game, it's a complete crushing. 4-4. Nothing. Nothing on the Tiny. The mid difference is huge between these two players. We've got some aggression happening top lane, but I just want to gush over mid lane for the whole thing. Drow with the support of an Ogre might do okay up here. They're doing fine so far. 4-2 compared to the 1-1 of Sen, and again we're seeing this Sirius AI farm advantage. They're just picking up so much more money across the map. Stun out onto the Drow. Now she's Hex. That's a lot of damage. Eat a tango, but this lane's going to start feeling quite awkward. The Zeus. He is destroying this poor Tiny. Tiny has no last hits, no denies. He's about to get his first. Is he? No, he doesn't even. Zeus denies it from him. It's a crushing. It's an absolute decimation mid. Tiny gets 2 denies, but that's his whole laning stage. Now he might die to creeps. FuriousPuppy had enough trouble with this dire high ground staircase when they were on Radiant, when you don't get there very often. Now that you're dire, it's just so much worse. On the other hand of things, safe lane Quap is having an exceptionally good time. 10 last hits, first hero in the game to meet double digits.
Selfish.
Gets there before the 3-minute mark and no one else is there yet. Only level 2 on her though, having to share XP with the Dazzle, causing her to fall a little bit behind on levels. Oh, not Dazzle, sorry, I'm living in a different game. It's not even a Dazzle in this game, it's the Disruptor. Both begin with D, so bear with me a little bit, I suppose. Disruptor manning up on the Brew, who is just changing his Drunken Brawler status. That might lead to his death, though. He stood there for too long. It's all well and good to taunt if you are, like, doing fine. He's gonna have to take the long walk back to base. Cole's also quite low. Oh lord, we've got a chase happening here. Sirius AI dominating this game. It's a 2k gold lead at 4 minutes. Excuse me. Drow wants this lion kill. Ooh, doesn't commit for it. I mean, every lane is a dumpster fire. The dire side is just not getting anywhere with anything. Tiny's bricked on this little staircase. Disruptor and Brew keep getting forced out of the lane. Tiny Sven forced out of the lane, and they're chased under the tier 3 tower by some creeps. Tiny's finally beginning to get somewhere. He's only got 1 last hit a minute. Zeus is so far ahead. Keep an eye bottom. See if any further kills come out from this lane. Blink to dodge the Cottle Blast. Spicy movement there. Can they get some farm under the tower? Ooh, Quap does. And she does again. Furious AI willing and able to farm under the tower a little bit. They missed a couple of those. Not the worst I've ever seen. Zeus now takes over as the most farmed hero in the game, reaching 20 CS at 5.5 minutes. At this rate, he should be looking at 40 CS at 10 minutes. But you never know. The farm obviously gets faster and faster the higher level you get. Thinks about taking out a solo kill on the Tiny, but he's a little bit too low on mana. Tiny bottling up, has a casual Fairy Fire in case he needs that.
Double damage.
Double damage on the Zeus will inspire him to wander bottom. Is he going to come for a kill, or is he just after the rune? He might find this Brewmaster. A near miss. The Brewmaster will never know how close he just was. Top lane. Ravage from the Lion. I know it's an Earth Spike, but if you get it on 2 heroes, it's effectively a Ravage. Oh, good. He's big, he's fat, he's dumb. Doesn't mind tanking the tower, he's going to run in. Now he's stunned. He trades half of his health for a couple hundred damage on the Lion and the Sven. Probably not worth it, but you never know. Out comes the silence from the Drow. Not sure what the silence is worth because they don't have enough mana to cast any spells. I mean, look at the farm. 3 cores of the Radiant side are getting everything they need. And FuriousPuppy on the Dire side just has nothing. Oh, it's 5 on 5. Oh, that's brutal to see. That's so rough. We're 7 minutes in and it's 5 on 5. Now we're looking at some harassment onto the Sven and the Lion. Kick him out of the lane again. This Ogre just needs to start bringing mangoes to the lane so he has enough mana available to get the stuns and the slows off, because this is multiple kills they've missed due to the Ogre not being able to contribute what he needs to. Pop is low. Being chased out of the lane with a blink though. Hard to chase. Blink and salve, she will be fine. Zeus having a wander. I think he's looking for the small camp that used to be here. Guys, remember when there was a small camp here? Oh, Sven's dead. I didn't know I could draw. Wow, I have just learned I can draw on the map. That's fun. And it begins to fade away. Whoa. I do it. I can ping. I'm not going to ping now. I'm worried if I ping something will happen. I've learned I can draw on the map after now having casted what, 45
Denied.
games? Yeah, I think I've cast something like 40 games. I've only just learned that you can draw on the map. Out comes the slow onto the Sven. He's here in that circle. He's still in that circle. Now he's in this circle. They're chasing him, and he will make his way out up here. I'm enjoying drawing way too much. Someone needs to stop me. He will find not 1, but 2 bounty runes. Stun doesn't pick up the bounties. That'll leave them there as a bait. Base continues, but Sven will make his way out up here. Drow will chase him up here though. Finds a courier. That will distract her. And to be fair, a courier being worth 40 gold each, that's 200 gold for the team. That's just as good as the kill, really. 5 on 5 continues. Eagle or Glimpse, sort of a waste of mana there. Who wants to go in? Oh, blinks out. Now I've got man mode onto the Lion. He's not going to make it past this line. He doesn't. Instead dies here. You can draw him a little tombstone, look. Going to be rest in peace, but more like AIP. Not happy with that, but we'll take it. 5 on 5 continues. It's a 5k gold lead at 10 minutes. Puppy getting crushed, really. They showed such promise from the previous game. Question was there, can they come back and win game 2? The laning stage is not their strong suit. They don't often win the laning stages, but they don't usually lose it this hard. Your mid-tiny, not worth as much as the 5 disruptor. It's rough. And every lane just looks terrible to witness. The graph, I barely want to look at it. No kills for the Dire side. Out comes a kill on the Sven. Drow might... No, she's too tanky to die to the tower. She's got Wraithband, she's got Tread, she's got a Salve. She's fine.
Denied.
And you've got pushing happening. Tower getting hit by the catapult and the Drow. At about half health. In comes Tiny. I did not expect that. That completely surprised me. What's he gonna do? Drow's so much bigger than him. He's got Bracer Wand. Doesn't offer anything to this. And a couple right clicks are there. Just... If the Tiny also had treads, I feel like that could be a kill, but he just doesn't have anything to offer. He's going to TP mid where he will find Zeus and Quap, but maybe it's Zeus and Quap that's finding him. Quap thinking about blinking to the high ground. She's got the scream. Out it comes. It's on 3.
Thunderstruck.
And now it's 5-0. 6-0. Zeus picking off the Lion. There is nothing good for FuriousPuppy. They have nothing going for them. Sven's got no farm. The most last hits in the game is Kotl, but he doesn't matter. He's got a shared tango. Finally, a good moment as they find the quad. We might find some more under the tower here. There's a second. Here comes a third. Zeus is in. He wants the kill on the brew and the curry. He gets neither. It's a 3-0, which helps. That is hope. If you're a FuriousPuppy fan, you're watching that, you're thinking, alright. It is not completely over. 1200 gold swing heads in their direction. The first good moment they've had this game. A little bit of a push. Catapult will be left. I'd love to see him glyph this. If you glyph this, the catapult lives and there's enough time for the creeps to get there. Big 5v5 mid. This is where Puppy excels. They're good at their fights, but Zeus, he jumps in, he ults. One's down already. But it's the counter kill onto the pop. She doesn't have ult available. Sven, he's running in. He'll find the disruptor. The fight's not looking too bad for the Dire side. It's 3, it's 4. Zeus is still in the middle. Cycloned up. Will they find him? A little bit of a stun comes out. Tiny, Ava. Couple right clicks, tosses the brew, and it's a 5-man wipe!
I'm your god too.
Puppy is 6,000 gold behind, finds the comeback. The fight recap thinks it's a drow kill, but that's not the story of that fight. Oh, FuriousPuppy showing life. Hope. Ult from the quad. Little bit of a frustration one, I think. Disruptor sends the Coddle back. Coddle just wants to ward. They're running in 2v4, it's uphill. They think that they're further ahead than they are, but the Drow is cleaning people up. Never mind, it's a Sven stun onto 2. There goes the next. Lion to fall. Drow, is she tanky enough to survive? Oh, just as the Disruptor locks them in. Oh, but the Coddle Blast cleans them up! Under the tower at Zeus, he's invis. Tries to TP out, they're just going to let him. They want to get this tier 1 and it's another good fight for FuriousPuppy. It's not as good, but it's still good. 1,000 gold swing and the lead. The lead disappears. I mean, I was worried that this was over for Puppy. I mean, the laning stage is so clearly Sirius favoured, and it was so brutally ahead. They were 6,000 gold up at 10 minutes. Zeus jumps in. But they're a little bit too tanky for him. Not an easy pick-off. But now that they've got the other heroes here, Tiny will fall. Out comes the Zeus ult. He wants to guarantee that kill. Goes into his pockets. 300 gold for him. A Shadow Amulet. I don't like that build at all. Drow at least going for a respectable Dragonlance. Ogre Urn. Falcon Blade on the Disruptor is a horrific choice. That is not what I want to see from him. The glimpse back onto the Coddle. They're going to find themselves a cute little pick-off here. Very well done. What? Got Ring of Health. I don't know what she thinks she's building, though. Orchid, perhaps? Orchid is very quappy. Oh, that doesn't build into Orchid anymore. I don't know if it ever did, actually. Oh, I'm thinking of Oblivion Staff, never mind. What could she be building? Wood? Lincoln's? I think Lincoln's is what she's going for. Finger! I heard it. Drow gets picked off. Disruptor runs onto the high ground, fucks his ult completely. Quapple only onto the Sven. It's looking a little bit too healthy. Dire side will eventually lose the Sven. Lion down next on the right click, but it's too little too late. And it's a cleanup. Another 5-man wipe for FuriousPuppy. The capability for FuriousPuppy to fight whilst behind is so much better than you expect it to be. And they've picked the heroes for it as well. I mean, Brewmaster, Tiny, Sven, Lion, these are heroes that love a dirty little skirmish, and 2k gold swing in their favour. That XP lead's on their side 15 minutes in. Will we have a repeat of the last game? Sirius began to lose the mid game, and then decided at about 32 minutes that they were just going to end the game. But now they don't have those game enders. Fight breaks off, the glyph is beautiful, it provides so much damage onto these heroes. Stun, ult, 2-hero pick-off. Clean by Sirius, but is it good enough? Brewmaster, he's located, the Disruptor scouting him whilst invisible. They lock him in. Ooh, they lock him in and they zip him back. No, they don't know he's there. Zeus is huge this game, and it is such a Chad move to dumpster a Zeus in lane as an Abaddon, and then in the next game pick that Zeus and go, watch this, and just show off how much better of a Zeus you are. A little bit of a push on the tier 2. Sirius, they're aware that they've got good pushing potential. Out comes Avalanche onto 2. Toss into the backline, but it's only a creep. There's no heroes put into position. And it looks like it's a couple of kills. The push going well for Sirius. They get 2 kills and about 1,000 damage on the tier 2. Brew, he wants to go in. Ults up in 7 seconds? 5 seconds? Sven, he's ulted. He's ready to cleave. Out comes the stun, onto 3, out comes the cleave, 2 dead already. Ogre will die just to the tower. Drow in trouble now as well. There's no way out of here for the Drow, and she will fall. 4-man wipe for Puppy. It feels like Sirius has to try so hard to get 2 kills onto the Tiny and the Lion. Then Puppy can effortlessly get 4 kills in return. 500 gold swing. Neutral items not being farmed up this game. We saw last game when you had those good neutral farming heroes, Axe, Dragon Knight, Shadow Fiend, walk up to a camp, raise it, it's dead, pick up your item. This game they're struggling. None of these heroes want to hit camps. I mean, Drow does, but too busy fighting. Oh, is Dragonlance a different build-up now? Wait, is Dragonlance removed from the game? What is... Okay, there's a fight going on, but what is this? What is this for Dragonlance? Oh, I hate it. I hate that. I hate everything about it. It's a 450 gold recipe now. The Drow failing to build the Dragonlance. Chasing onto the Lion, he's dead. Seb! Screams the Zeus. Sirius AI. 3 clean kills. We missed the fight. I was too busy gushing over how weird Dragonlance build-up is now. Zeus would love this regen rune. Quap dies. Why is Quap here in the middle of 4 heroes? None of them have catch either. Like, it's... She could just blink away from that. Disruptor, he's a little bit too deep. Tiny could toss this Brew and he would die immediately.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, the little self-hex to run away in his little pigpole form.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Glimpsing the Sven back to slow the push is very spicy. Out comes the Disruptor. Oh, they've got Coddle trapped. Oh, but the Quap pushes him out! Still a bit of counter synergy, and now real synergy. Ava, toss, Sven stun, out comes the slam. AoE damage, you can't go wrong with it. Right clicking onto the Zeus. Ooh, but they burst him! Brewmaster still got 3 forms that he's in. One dies the tower. Ogre definitely not going to die here. Brew turns back, he's on the run. Storm Brawler on the run.
Dire's top tower.
Weird little fight bottom. Favors the Dire. A little bit weird. The aftermath feels like it favors the Radiant. I mean, Ogre's going to start farming waves. Drow was farming instead of fighting. Even though the recap says that's a Dire fight, that feels like a Radiant fight. They protect the tier 2 whilst Drow farm. He's going to find herself an occult bracelet. Massive Rites of Elishar. Hard to know what that might be. Picking up also, there's a lance, a specialist's array, dagger of Ristal. What are these items? Ranged only. The next attack fires projectiles at 2 additional targets. Wow, that is Drow's Aghanim's.
Silence.
Never mind, it's not Drow's Aghanim's. It used to be Drow's Aghanim. Oh no, it is Drow's Aghanim's, okay. Tiny's gonna get picked off. An unfortunate situation for him. This top push, not long for this world. It's only 3 or 4 creeps and 2 illusions. 3 hero TP for that I think is a bit much. It sort of derails your own push, and now they're struggling to push mid. Sirius staying in a commanding position of this game, but it feels like a throw. Then in. Echo Saber, double hit. We've got a 1 position Sven struggling against an Ogre. Meanwhile, finger onto the Drow is dead. Now the Ogre will get cleaned up. 2 kills for Puppy, and Sirius just struggles so much in the mid game. Their awareness of what to do and where to go and how to fight just isn't there. He's so much cleaner. Sirius, they're risking a quap right now. It's just wanders in.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Chainmail. Plus the Perseverance means it's a Lotus Orb. Your Queen of Pain, not a Lincoln's. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad choice. You can Lotus Orb the finger, Lotus Orb the Sven stun. There's a lot of good Lotus Orb targets this game, but are you going to be able to get them, though, is the other question. Oh, Zeus with a cheeky little Bolt Art Lightning jump out, and Quap gets her ult onto 3. Sven's dead instantly. Excellent fight for the Radiant side so far, but how can it develop for them? Oh, the Lotus Orb reverses the stun, and the Lion ends up stunning himself and the Coddle, and it's 4 dead. Sirius with a monstrous fight.
May the Drow keep you safe.
Facing down on the Tiny now. Multicast, here comes the stun, he's trapped. Oh, the Lotus Orb reverses the toss! And it's a 5-man wipe for Sirius. Off of that, they can most certainly push. All chat comes out. Tier 2 tower assuredly to fall. There it fell.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Are they going to risk the high ground though? Everyone will be back for this. Stun on 4. Buyback from the Tiny. That's a lot of economical damage for Puppy, and it's these high ground defenses where they use buybacks that, sure, you get the defense, but it just costs so much. Out comes the Disruptor ult. They're a little bit too close. Drow kills off the Brew before he can ult. Now she's focusing on the Lion. He's dead too. Now she's killing Sven. It's a triple kill for the Drow. She's just melting them. Ultra kill for the Drow. She just stood back and hit them, and she doesn't even have any items. She got 4k gold because the Dragonlance has confused her. Serious AI. Running away with this game. Buyback now on the Brewmaster, but it's a 15 gold swing. Tiny sabotaging his game from the buyback. They don't get the racks, but they get the next best thing, which is a dominant 4-man wipe. Brewmaster found middle, but they don't have any lockdown, and he's really fast. Oh, the split comes out. What's the solution? Ogre Magi getting burned down. Ogre Magi will die to the split unless someone saves him, and he's dead. Hop will jump away. Stunned though. Finger onto the Disruptor. The Lotus Orb reversed the Finger though. Very spicy play by Queen of Pain, who's doing a great job with this Lotus Orb. I had a bit of hesitation, but she's done so well. Oh, she finds herself stunned though. Blink is available, just leave. There you go. TP's back home. Radiant just sticks around a little bit too long for my liking. Everywhere they go, they just stay too long. Like Zeus right now, you've got the double damage rune, now get out. Just leave. Do anything else. Wow, jungling up, she's killing off a couple camps. Humbler's toy discovered. It feels so bad to see Drow with 6,000 gold, because obviously she's programmed to pick up Dragonlance and then something.
Take that.
But she's not going to get the and then something if the Dragonlance isn't finished. Patch 7.32 putting Sirius's 1 position in an awkward spot. This wouldn't have happened on the old patch. I don't know if it'll cost them the game, but it could. I mean, eventually you will be missing a hero. Out comes the spin. 2 kills for Sirius. Easily cleaned up. For example, if the game goes to 50-60 minutes and Drow is just holding on to half a Dragonlance, she stops being a hero. She's like a big ranged creep. Playing 4v5 can be tough. But does Puppy have the capability to drag it out long enough for the Drow to stop being relevant? Midas on the Ogre. Economy will continue to barrage for him. Blink Flags on the Brewmaster. Obsidian Staff. Tiny, he wants his Echo Saber. Bafflingly, he doesn't have it already. The buyback costing him so much. And he's about to die again. 800 gold becomes 700, and the Echo is further and further away. Queen of Pain with the Echo Saber up. The Lion runs in, he's like, oh no, that's a bit awkward. The shell's on. Then stunned up, the multicast's there. Double kill for the Ogre. Disruptor will get cleaned up by the Brewmaster split. Ogre's also in danger of the Brewmaster split. He's invisible now. Oh, easy pick off on the Brew. Once he leaves that split form, he's very vulnerable. Now where's your push? Last game you had Dragon Knight, Shadow Fiend, Abaddon. All these heroes that are just happy to sit and right click the tower. This game, you're not destroying the buildings, but they are doing damage to them. 400 health left on that tower. They end up jumping in onto the Coddle, but it's a Ravage from the Lion. 3-man Earth Spike from him. And the tower's still alive. This Catapult doing its best.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Dire structures fortified will clean up any remnant of that push, and no racks. With that 30 minutes in where Sirius goes, alright, it's time to clean this game up. And they probably can, and they probably should. Most farmed hero on the Dire side is the Cottle. With that, he's bought Ag's Force Staff. Brew hasn't got anything new in a long time. So the Sven has been sitting on Echo Saber Yasha since about 15 minutes. He clearly wants the Sanjin Yasha. Can't quite farm it. 4 gold, he will finally have it. As they change the cost. Ultimate up. Zeus Invis though. Sponge is 600 gold for the recipe. Sven could just buy that.
A gift from the
Choosing
tempest
not
of battle.
to. Maybe he wants buyback available, 200 gold needed.
Now that you're dead,
Drow finds a
I
pick off
find
on
it
the
easy
lion.
to respect you.
I think he wanted his outpost, but you're not going to get that back with this many heroes in your jungle. Drow now with 8,000 gold. Her true net worth is 4,000. The fight happening mid. Bruce splits out. Zeus ult's there. Gottel, Will-o'-the-Wisp is pulling Zeus back in. Is there any damage? He burns out. I'm not sure what to. Looks like the right click from the Fire Panda. Trying to read where the... I mean, it's definitely the Fire Brawler then. The Fire Bruling Brawler, whatever it's called. Otto almost gets trapped. Might die anyway. Lotus Orb's up. No stopping her now. You've slowed yourself. Buy back from the gobble instantly. What's the Sven doing there? Oh dear, he's not finishing his Sandra and Yasha, he's just feeding. 4 Radiant heroes against 3 Dire heroes. And they jump. Brew Split taking out the Ogre. There he goes. Ah, the Quapple a little bit off the mark, struggling to get even the Coddle. Brewlings clearing out the Disruptor. Now she's stuck in the base. It's the tower and 3 heroes manning up on Quap. Mana Drain to slow her, and it's a 5-man wipe. The all chat comes out from Sirius. The all chat comes out from... Yeah, it was Sirius talking shit to themselves, I guess. FuriousPuppy with another huge hold. 5k gold swing. But at no point have they been winning. Just repeated good defense. Trap picks up a TP.
A fitting bounty.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Now, FuriousPuppy are the ones looking like they might take a Rax. Tiny hits
Radiant structures
really
are
hard on
fortified.
buildings. Lion looks like he'll be the sacrificial lamb, and he is. Double damage Zeus? No. Wouldn't make a difference if it was. All of his damage coming from spells and abilities. Brew gets pulled back in, he's dead too. That push was nice though. 700 life, 400 life. The awkward thing is that Puppy has a little bit of the better pushing lineup, but that Sven is now picked off as well.
You've been disrupted.
Just running down mid, alternating who is running down mid.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Here comes the counter push. This should be a Rax. Buyback from Sven, but it won't matter.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Rax already half health. They turn to clear up the
Dire's
creeps.
structures are
Glyph
fortified.
comes out with Brew dead. Tiny here, Coddle here. It's just not going to matter.
Dire's
They're not willing
middle
to put the
barracks
defense
has
on.
fallen. Dire's
In
middle
which
barracks
case,
has fallen.
Sirius AI says, if you're not going to defend, we're going to throne you. And Puppy's not respecting
Dire's
this.
middle tower has fallen.
Only a minute ago we were watching Puppy bang on the base, tier 3 mid. And now we're looking at Sirius AI clearing out tier 4s. Gonna TP back, but the Quap is willing to stay. Pops her ult. Drow hits so hard, cleans up the Sven. Actually, the Lotus Orb stun damage that kills Sven. Brew now, he only just respawned, he's dead too. As is the Courier, and you have to imagine that that's going to be game. Coddle next to run in.
I thought they warned you.
4 Radiant Heroes top of the net worth by a mile. Back off to clean up the creep wave. Drow's actually backing off to clean up bot lane. That's...
A gift from
Don't
the
worry about
tempest
bot
of
lane,
battle.
just worry about ending the game. Maybe clean up these buildings so that the catapults can start hitting the throne or something. Creeps are trying to end. Have your little flag bearing creep. Building falls, you've got some creeps and a catapult clearing up the throne. I know there's a fight happening, but I don't want to miss the end of the game. Lion trying to pick up the outpost, but he's the only hero alive at the dire side. Well, he was the only hero alive at the dire side. Sven's respawned. If he runs as fast as he can, he can't save them.
Victory.
Sirius AI takes it 2-0, and they will be facing off against the beginner AI in the upper bracket. Puppy eliminated, well not eliminated, but relegated down to the lower bracket, where they will be facing off against ranked matchmaking AI who could well take that from them. I'm a little bit worried because Sirius showed that they have some trouble, especially with item builds in the new patch. I felt like Sirius AI was a strong favourite to beat beginner AI before the tournament started. Having seen the way the beginner AI dominates teams, and now having seen some weird weaknesses from Sirius AI with item builds due to 7.32, I'm very worried for Sirius AI in the upper bracket, but we have not seen a beginner AI play on the new patch, which means that Sirius is coming in with an advantage of 2 games more experience on the new patch than anyone else in this tournament has at the minute. Zeus with 70,000 hero damage, he is your MVP for that side. I mean, look at him. 19-7-26. Excellent work by him. On the other hand, where do we give... I mean, it's got to be the Brewmaster, right? He was the primary source of damage in their team fights. It doesn't show it here because it's just a mixture of all the damage ever dealt during laning stage, during every fight, pickoffs. In the big 5v5 team fights, the Brewmaster providing the huge disables, the burn down. Felt like every fight, the team was getting massacred, whilst Brew was picking off 1 or 2 people. The Brewmaster's the MVP for the dire side. The story of this game is that the early game was just so strongly dominated by Sirius. Puppy couldn't get the same comeback that they got last time that they played in game 1. And unfortunately, that's led to the inevitable loss. They did end up knocking on the base, and I feel like that could have been a Rax push if they had a couple more heroes, maybe a little bit of a different item build setup. If Tiny had his shards that he always had a tree, Shard Echo Saber, and Tiny clears out that Rax, I'm pretty sure. Maybe some different hero choices. The Kotl, I did not feel positive effects from the Kotl in this game. He was up to stuff, but not enough. The Sven had a horrific game. If we look at the player net worth, the Sven was bottom 3 for the majority of the early game. He pops up halfway here, but begins to fall again. Oh no, he rises up to 2nd almost here, and then just falls off. But despite at one point being 2nd, ending the game in the bottom 2, and he just never built anything. He never got past that Echo Saber Yasha situation. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next games, probably in the lower bracket, I think. Thank you for joining me. Bye.